Shalom everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today's cook with me has been inspired by my girl Carol. She asked me to make these breakfast burritos a few times, so I decided to go ahead and show y'all how I do it. I start by getting my turkey bacon in the oven. I do not cook my bacon on the skillet. I always put it in the oven. I just like it a little bit better in the oven, so I go ahead and get that started first. Then I go ahead and I get my eggs together. However many burritos I plan to make, that's how many eggs I make. So I wanted to make 6 of these breakfast burritos, so I made 6 eggs. I did season my eggs. I don't know if I recorded it or not, but I used my Fiesta fajita seasoning, and I also use a little bit of milk in my eggs. It's something that my dad did, and it's something that I always do now. So then I just go ahead and get my onions and my bell peppers sweated out and cooked a little bit. I didn't cut them on camera because I just didn't, but yeah, so I go ahead and I cook those and I get those a little bit brown before I add my egg mixture into the pan. So I know there are a lot of different ways to, cook scrambled eggs or whatever, but the way that I do mine is I just periodically push the eggs that are cooked into the center of the pan and let the uncooked eggs kind of run to the outskirts of the pan, and that's just how I've made them. I used to make them a different way, and then all the eggs will be super in small little pieces, and this helps with the chunks. I like big chunks of eggs. I don't like to have to scoop my eggs with a spoon or anything like that. So this helps keep the eggs nice and chunky and nice and fluffy. I don't like over scrambled eggs. So this is just how my aunt taught me how to make them actually, and this is just what I've always done. And I've done this ever since she taught me, and I like it a lot better than what I was doing before. Alright, so once my eggs are nice and cooked, I go ahead and start on my tortillas. I use Tortilla Land, fresh, ready to cook tortillas. I love these. My sister Eliora put me on, and I have just loved these ever since. So all I do is I poke some holes into the tortilla so it doesn't over swell or whatever. So I poke some holes into it. I let it sit. Once it starts to bubble, I flip it over, and then they should be done. They literally take a minute to make, and they are so good. After I get done with my tortillas, I just put them in some foil paper. I just fold them in half and I put them in some foil so that they stay soft and they don't get too crunchy. So while I was making all of my tortillas, I decided I wanted to add some skillet potatoes into my burritos. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but today I decided to. And the way you make skillet potatoes is you basically just cut your potatoes into little cubes, little bit of oil in the pan. I probably should have used a bigger pan, but I didn't. And you just want to cook them a little bit. They take about 15 to 20 minutes to make. You want to just keep them moving in the pan or they will start to get burned. So that's what I meant by I put my tortillas in foil. But now I just go ahead and assemble my burritos. I put some cheese, I put some egg, I put some bacon, and then I put the skillet potatoes, and I try to keep it all on one side in the center of that side, and then I begin to roll and tuck my burritos. You want a nice good solid tuck so that everything stays in and everything nothing falls out. So I just go ahead and assemble all of my burritos before I take them over to the skillet. So once I have all of my burritos done, I go ahead and I move them over to the skillet to brown each side of my burrito. I really like this little technique because it just kind of seals the burrito up, I guess, and you get a nice, I really don't know why I like to do this because I could skip this step, but I don't know. I have to do it. It's a must. And as you can see, if you leave it on the side that with the opening too long, then it won't seal and it won't adhere and it'll pop open. But that's okay because I take them from the skillet, I wrap them in foil, and I place them in the oven. And I let them sit in the oven for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I just let everything melt together and just marinate together. And it is so bomb. So I highly recommend you do not skip that step. And then they are all done. They are ready to eat. And I just wanted to show y'all one on camera. This is what they look like. They look like you just went to the little Mexican place and got you a breakfast burrito. I love them so much. And that is really it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any other suggestions that y'all would like to see me cook, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all in the next video. Shalom.